Saying goodbye to my 2007 S550 was like saying goodbye to a very dear friend. That car had the largest interior of any car that I've ever owned or ever been in, aside from a 2002 Ford Expedition truck. I am about 6'6" tall, and I'm a pretty stocky guy. I used to play defense nose guard before, and basically, that car had so much space in it that I could not only sit comfortably in the front of the car, but I could sit comfortably in the back. That car was absolutely unmatched in terms of options and technology. The seats were fantastic. Besides the ability to have massage on my behind while sitting in the Holland Tunnel traffic or sitting in Manhattan traffic, or having that heating and that cooling before most cars had those options. The S550, it just had everything. It had everything you could want. The only downside was the tech package didn't work very well with my iPhone or iPod. It didn't work that well with that stuff. And other than that, I think it absolutely had the absolute best system with the Mercedes-Benz command knob. It was far better than Audi's MMI. I don't care what anybody says. I've used Audi's MMI in my business partner's Audi A8. I didn't like it. I used the BMW iDrive. The iDrive started out so bad that they had to actually go back and redesign the entire car because people kept complaining about how BMW had changed everything about how you had to start the car, this, that, and the other. And the MMI system in the newest Audi is horrible. The finger reading or the finger drawing stuff is nonsense. And on top of that, if you wanted to control your seats, you got to reach to the side of the seat. It's just so stupid. So basically, considering it took so long for Mercedes to put out the new S-Class, or for us to even know what it was going to look like, we went and got a Jaguar XJL instead because we just got tired of waiting. So now here it is. This is what the replacement to the Jaguar is going to be. So here it is, the 2014 S550. To tell you the truth, after seeing the newly released photos, I'm really not terribly impressed. I think it took Mercedes way too long to put this car out. It took way too long for the reveal shots. And I know they like to take their time with this stuff, and I understand that the S-Class is roughly a 10 to 11 year run car. But there's things I don't like about this new one. It looks a little too much like the E-Class. It looks like a very big E-Class. The S-Class always had a look all to its own, and now it just looks like a really big E-Class mixed with a little bit of the CLS in the back. I'm not crazy about the new taillights. And what I really hate are these people making these comments about, oh, you know what, I'm so glad to see that the wheel wells are gone. I really love those wheel wells that they put on the 2007, the W221. I always thought the S500 looked a little too plain, and I never liked it. But when they made that S550, I thought that was the most beautiful car on the road. Those arches made it look like a snake. It looked like a king cobra to me, and that's why I fell in love with it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the people buying it, when they look at their car, when they're going through a car wash or whatever, they feel good about the way it looks, because everything about that car, in my opinion, is absolutely gorgeous. Even the wheels. It doesn't even matter what kind of wheels you have, whether you have designer or not. I felt the exterior of this new one, it looks a little too much like a Bentley in the back. It has a refined high-end look, because obviously these are going to be used mostly by limousine drivers, because right now, America, a lot of rich people are picking the E350 instead of the S-Class because they don't want that extra size. It's harder to park. A lot of them don't want to drive a very, very big car unless they have a family. So I know this car is going to do well no matter what, whether it's the limo companies or whether it's the people with large families who just want to drive a really big car. I know it's going to do well. I'm thinking that there's going to be a very large twin-turbo V6 engine offered, from what I was hearing. So that's worth looking at because, honestly, nobody wants to spend, V8 premium octane gas money if they could get something a little bit smaller. And hopefully they'll have aluminum construction so they could save some weight, like the Jaguar XJ, which is funny. It's bigger physically outside than the Lincoln MKS, but it is actually a lighter car thanks to the aluminum construction, and it handles extremely well, way better than the S550 used to. My S550 handled like a boat. The XJ handles a lot better, but hopefully this new S550 will be even better than that. Fortunately, while the exterior is a little bit of a disappointment, the interior looks fantastic. It looks like they've learned a lot of lessons from looking at what Audi and what Jaguar did with their XJ and the Audi A8. The interior looks like it's going to have reclining rear seats. It looks like it's going to have the same multi-contour seats in my S550, or, at least what they have now in the newer models with some redesigns, because some people didn't like the fact the multi-contour seats gripped you a little bit too hard around corners. And it looks like they're updating the materials, like they're trying to put all this stitched material in there so that it looks like, like a luxury look. I'm not crazy about these speaker grills that you can see, and I'm also not crazy about where they've placed the air vents, the circular air vents. I'm not a big fan of that. But this car really, really is looking good thus far. And even though I guess some people are, they don't adapt well to change. And I guess ultimately I'm pretty sure this car is going to do well. I mean, here in Manhattan, this is all you see. You see, this is the limo. You see some people who want something bigger than the E-Class buying this. But this interior is looking really, really good. And I'm pretty sure it's going to do well. And when it comes time for me to get rid of my XJ, I'm going to be calling up Mercedes. But definitely look forward to me test driving this car. I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully it blows me away. Because so far from the pictures, it looks like a great new model. But until it does something that just completely blows me away, right now I'm looking at it just like it's a regular car. So in any event, stay tuned because I'm definitely going to have a test drive video. Hopefully I'll be able to get the same dealer who sold to me in the past. So this way, maybe he'll just let me take it out by myself or whatever. So just anyway, stay tuned.